heard it. I didn't see it.
I didn't either, but maybe it'll render on the next thing. But anyways, if not, we'll put it in there.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cool.
Did it look cool?
It was.
You
Yeah,
have to describe it to us.
Can you
it went
give us
like
an
wee, and then it went whoosh, and then it went.
Okay.
That's actually what it does.
That's what I did. All right. So, all right, everybody. It is the Watchers Digital Network, and the chaos is already starting. And we have a cool guest, someone that I reached out to a while ago after watching a film. I hope to get into a little bit, but in the time since I reached out, I kind of realized that there's like a plethora of things to discuss. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and kind of kick it over to our guest and let her introduce herself.
Hello, thanks for having me. My name is Mia Katz. I am an actress. I do theater and indie film. I've done some TV. I do voice acting. I graduated from Bradley University with a degree in theater performance. And I'm also a seamstress. And I do a lot of other random little stuff. I work at a nonprofit. I teach. I go wherever the wind takes me.
So the clothes you're wearing right now, did you make those yourself?
No.
You should say yes.
I can't take credit for the things I didn't do.
I do it all the time.
Wouldn't have known.
I did add these safety pins here. That's a little Mia detail.
There it is.
Yeah.
Customization.
Mm-hmm. I actually only did that because this part is really scratchy, and so there's like ribbon on the inside that's pinned there, so it doesn't rub the shit out of my skin. It's super interesting, I know.
Bathrobe. But you were in a movie that I watched recently, Night of the Dead Sorority Babes, and so anybody who is like a regular listener knows that that's kind of my jam as far as movies go. I like jump on, I get on Tubi. I like to watch the independents. I like to support. I myself, as an independent filmmaker, I know it means the world when somebody will watch your stuff, and I also like schlocky kind of trauma light type things, and so I turned it on and I watch it and I enjoy it. But like, it makes sense now knowing that you have your education. But I'm watching this and I'm like, wow. No offense to everybody else in this movie, but that girl like really comes off as like an actor. I was kind of blown away by it. What was your experience like specifically on that movie and working with those actresses that are kind of like super sought after, and like Jessa Flux, for instance? I know she's like the thing in that type of movie right now, and very popular and very nice, and it's not easy to steal scenes, and every scene you stole.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, working on that movie was just such a damn blast. Every day of filming, you never really knew what was going to happen. All the crazy SFX and just like obviously the plot of the movie itself is just very camp and cool, and they got to play around a lot with the special effects and the lighting, and it was my first time doing a movie with like an all-female cast, so that was really cool. Like whenever we film these movies, we're all sleeping on location. Like these are Airbnbs that we're staying at, so we all got 4 of us to a room, and so it gives you an opportunity to really bond with some of these girls, and that's so special. I was so exhausted filming this one because both for the proof of concept and for the feature, I had a play to go to while I was filming. So I'd be up at 7 a.m. and start recording, and then until probably 5 p.m. I had to like hit the bricks and take off, drive an hour to go perform in a play that would take me until, 10:30 p.m. and then drive an hour back to do the same thing the next day. And I did that for like many days in a row. So I was kind of running on low power mode while filming this, to be honest, but I hope you can't tell from watching
Oh,
this.
no, not at all. Like I said, you came off like really well, and I immediately reached out. I thought it would be cool to like connect and discuss, and obviously like learning so much just from your website about all the other stuff that you do. Like, what? Yeah, I'm already kind of jumping around because there's so much to talk about. But like,
It's okay to be nervous.
oh man, I'm so nervous. I always get giddy. But the the process of making like an indie horror movie like that versus what you're doing on stage, I mean, those are obviously like vastly different things. So is there maybe like a process as far as acting goes that is different when you're preparing to be on that stage versus when you're staying in an Airbnb on a weekend and just like schlocking it away?
Of course. I mean, they're very different. With stage, you get weeks and weeks and weeks of rehearsal. So you get ample time to play, to memorize, to find new beats, to be creative, to discover things about your character. Whereas with film, it's a lot of hurry up and wait, as we know, but that hurry up is like you get maybe one rehearsal, if that. If not, the cameras just start rolling and they say, do something. And it depends on the director how much feedback you're going to get on what you did. They might say, try this thing just a little bit different, or they might say, that was perfect. Do it again, exactly the same. With Sorority Babes in particular, I did a lot of improv. So if you watch closely, you'll actually notice parts where my mouth is moving, but it's not like matching the words that you're hearing because I said something different every time. And SJ and Anne are super cool about that. They like when I just kind of riff and say whatever I want as long as it's in line with the character. But when you're on a stage, you don't. I mean, you can improv to a certain extent, and it depends on the show as well. But for the most part, you're saying the lines that are written down on the paper.
I assume that directors for stage are a lot more strict and maybe I don't frightening compared to somebody that's making a horror movie and just likes to throw blood on people. And I mean, that's kind of like a weird dichotomy. I think that like a horror set might be so loose and fun compared to, I mean, I've never really been on stage like that, but everything that I've seen from it like seems like it's super intense, and you put so much time and effort into it, and then you're in front of the live audience. Like, I respect it because it's not something that I think that I could do, like, given any amount of rehearsals. I did stage crew a couple of times for the community theater, and even then I had to like psych myself up to do it, which is the strangest thing. But like, are there directors that you have worked with on stage that you think could maybe cross over into that world, or are they just kind of like too different?
In my experience, none of the directors I've worked with on either end, stage or screen, have crossed over. A lot of actors do. But I think for the most part, in terms of directors, in my experience, it's been relatively segregated. I don't think that's necessarily an umbrella judgment on them or, says anything about their character or what type of director they are. I think it's just kind of the world that they're in. I live in central Illinois, so there's not a ton of film around. I'm very lucky that all my experience with Acrostar has been local, and that's really convenient for me. Some people are flying out from like buttfuck Tennessee, North Carolina, like they come from all over to do these films. So I'm really lucky that it's right where I'm at. But Yeah, but what you said earlier about like directors being more intense if they're doing theater, not necessarily. I mean, I am very lucky that I've never worked with a mean director. It definitely gets stressful and they can get tense sometimes, but I'm the type of person that I don't take it personally. It doesn't really get to me. So I guess in that way, it doesn't really stick in my memory of like specific people or times that it was really stressful. Because I don't know, everybody's cool. I'm cool with everybody.
Uh,
You're
the
allowed to be
director
stressed.
that
It's okay.
the director that I know from community theater like was like something out of Waiting for Guffman. It was insane to me, like how he's you must listen like he thought in his head that he was out on Broadway doing like the biggest thing in the world, and I guess that's the right attitude to have because you're gonna bring something hopefully great and unique to the 40 people that came to watch it. But like he was mean and just out of this world in the clouds. And so I don't know. I just thought if that's what Katanning PA is like, man, Chicago's got to be like killer. But
That's a
I
thing
don't
in the
know.
arts. I feel like some people think that being mean lends to receiving a higher quality product. And that's just not necessarily true. I feel like that's the same in the dance world, sometimes with vocal coaching, things like that, just scolding people for screwing up and bossing people around. It's just going to make them not want to work with you. It's not going to necessarily make them perform better because acting in particular is such a vulnerable way of self-expression. And if you're not feeling safe or comfortable to be vulnerable, then you're not going to get your best work out.
Right. Yeah. And also like start I was like when you start like you have all of these years of experience because according to your website you've been doing this for the longest time. What JC, what did you say earlier that you wanted to see the recreation of?
It was the tennis ball, or
Yes,
from
Cat in the
sorry, I'm
Hat.
forgetting what it was. Yeah, from Cat in the Hat. I wanted a live recreation of the tennis ball here tonight. So
It was just a cartwheel, so it's not too
can you do
impressive.
that for us?
Oh yeah,
it's a
remind me at the end.
it's a cartwheel that changed your life though, if you think about it. Like at least according
Yeah,
to your description on your website, was it like you had gotten the bug and you're gonna act for the rest of your life, and
yeah. I think
so
I joked that it's all uphill from here.
right, right. So
I don't think tennis balls actually go uphill though. Like they.
While I
it depends how hard you
cartwheeled
hit them.
uphill right into the curtain.
But yeah, man, a cartwheel changed your life, and so like that set you on this trajectory. Like, other than the cartwheel joke, like, what about it as a kid when you were doing that made you think like, all right, well, I want to do this like forever.
Well, when I was coming into high school, I had to choose what I wanted to study, as like, an elective. And I just kind of decided acting on a whim. I think my boyfriend at the time maybe suggested it. I was like, yeah, acting sounds good. Never done it before. I did skits and stuff, with my friends, but that was about it. And so I went through high school. I did acting 1, acting 2, acting 3, acting 4, advanced acting, retook acting 3 and advanced acting just for fun. And then when it came time to decide what I wanted to study in college, I thought, well, what's the one thing I've never gotten bored of? And it was acting.
What was the college experience like?
Oh, I had such an amazing college experience. So my college I went to is about 3 hours from where I grew up, so close enough to home. And whoa, sorry, my computer just totally lagged. Um, And it was just amazing. Like, I loved my professors, I loved my classmates. I got to do some amazing performances in college that I'm so grateful for, and I look back on so fondly. Some of my favorite roles I've ever done were ones I did in college.
Well, let's talk about them.
Yeah,
What were they?
yeah. You had a so you were the class of 2021 from Bradley, right? Am I correct there,
That's
from the
right.
Theater of Arts? There was actually a post from like September, I think, of 2025 that you had done a performance as Vanda in Venus and Furs, and it had like, if I'm remembering, there was like the Facebook post, and they had some pictures of you in that. What was that like?
Yes. So I did the play Venus and Fur by David Ives, and I played the role of Vonda. And that is a two-hander play, 110 minutes straight through, just me and my buddy Kyle as my co-star. And that was amazing. That was, like, honestly the most magical theater experience I've ever had because it was so many firsts for me. I'd never done a full-length two-hander. I'd never done a full-length play without an intermission. I'd never done a play where I was on stage the whole time, no potty breaks, And it was like I got to flex my dialect muscles. I did like 3 or 4 different accents during that show. I was on stage in my underwear in a very intimate space. That was new and crazy. Um, it was God, it was just like I wish I could go back and relive that performance a million times over. It was so amazing.
Well, how do you get into the headspace to do something like that, where you just said like being in your underwear in that intimate space in front of people, like, so it's the first time that you do it. How do you find the courage or the gumption to accomplish that?
You know, I just assume that everybody's rooting for me.
Okay, interesting. That's
It sounds
honestly
simplistic,
not
but
what
it
I.
really is that simple.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
There
That's
it
that's
is.
definitely a great way to look at it. There's like a light bulb that went over my head. I don't know if you saw it. I might have to start trying
Nope.
to do that. Not everybody's out to get
So
you.
she had an article. It was actually published as Smile Politely. That has like a full rundown of the act that was done there for Venus and Fur. If anybody wants to check it out, like, it has all the pictures, and it's impressive. So the entire act was just the two of you.
Yep.
Is that
There's
not
also
to
an
look like a
article written by the Pantograph as well that's out there somewhere, and you can find a
The
whole bunch of the
pantograph.
pictures on my Instagram.
Okay.
not to look like a noob,
yeah.
but is that what two-hander means when there's just like two people?
Yep.
Okay. See, I'm learning. There's something new there for me. I'll have to try to remember that and say it around my cousin and his drama teacher wife, so that I can fit in with
You'll look like a
them.
real pro.
Yeah. What's your favorite two-hander that you've seen lately?
That I've seen.
What are some other? Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Honestly, I don't know if I've ever actually seen a two-hander. I've read a handful of them, but
Yeah, I've never actually heard of it
a
until right now.
full-length play, not just like a one act or a 10-minute play. I don't know.
Uh, what are some other plays that you've like really enjoyed doing?
Another one of my favorite roles that I did was the role of Shelby in John Proctor's The Villain. I performed that at UIS Springfield in 2024. That was incredible. So John Proctor's The Villain is a play by Kimberly Bellflower, and it's based off The Crucible, where a modern day classroom of literature students are talking about The Crucible in class, and they're basically the consensus they come to is like John Proctor is not a good guy. And there's a lot of parallels between what's happening in the Crucible as they're reading it and what's happening between them in their lives in this one stoplight town in Georgia. And there's a lot of like inappropriate things that are going on between the students and the teacher, and the students' relationships between their friends and their boyfriends. It's like very chatty. People are talking over each other. They're laughing. It's kind of an informal dialogue, but it was so special. And I got to do a big dance number at the end. It was fucking awesome.
That's a really interesting concept. When you first said it, I was like, wait, wasn't that the Crucible guy?
Yeah.
And yeah, no, that's really cool. I'm gonna have to try to see if there's any footage of this out there so I could give that a watch.
There is, and I can send it to you.
Oh, really? Sweet. Yeah,
Yes.
I'd love it.
I have so many of my plays recorded. I got you. I got Venus and Fur recorded.
Okay, so in Sorority Babes, you worked with Lynn Lowry, who is like kind of low key an acting legend, and
she's awesome.
I'll ask you about her, but also I'm kind of wondering, like, in that same kind of like stage versus screen theme, are there any like stage equivalents that you've worked with, or shared the stage with a kind of like a legend?
I mean, everyone who shares the stage with me are sharing the stage with a legend. No, I'm just kidding. Working with Lynn was great. She's such a sweetheart. She's like very pleasant to work with. She never gets mad. She doesn't curse people out. She never yells. Like, she's just always down to do her thing. And her natural acting instincts are just so strong. So it's really fun to work off of her as a scene partner.
That's awesome. You always, I mean, it doesn't happen that often. Like, something that I found is, like, especially the horror community, everybody's like real tight knit and cool, but you always hate when you hear like, oh, this man, that person I've seen for 30 years of movies, and they're such a dick. So it's cool to hear that she's cool. You worked, and I might be mistaken, but didn't you work with her like on more than one movie?
She was in Attack of the Corn Zombies with me as well.
Okay, yeah. So you have a lot of experience with her. But is there like any stage equivalent at all? Like, yeah.
Honestly, I don't think so. I'm kind of racking my brain, like going back through everyone that I've worked with on stage. I can't think of anybody whose name would pop out to you. It's all, local Illinois people, so probably not. I did a play in California, and then I went out and directed in California as well, but it's not like LA. It's wine country, population of 800 people in that town. So
what did you direct?
I directed my favorite play of all time, The Moors by Jen Silverman, and it was the best experience of my life.
JC's not.
So I not to change the topic, but I saw your resume and you had listed your Illinois driver's license on there, as well as you could lick your own elbow.
Yes.
So can you demonstrate? I'm sorry.
All right, but I am sending you my Cash App after this.
Oh, that's fair. That's totally fair. Elbow. Boom. Impressive. Because, like, if I do it, my arm is way too fat. Like, I can't.
I did gymnastics. I got flexible shoulders.
That's fair.
I'm not even doing it right now because I'm a professional. But as soon as we're done, I'm going to be licking my elbow so that everybody's clear.
That's really weird. You didn't have to tell anybody that. But so you have the seamstress experience and like the costume design and stuff and like that. So what are, like, obviously, like, you have, like the kind of October-ish Halloween vibe going on, which is actually it's super awesome. Like, everybody who doesn't love Halloween is dumb. But like, what inspires you for your seamstress work or your costume design?
Well, so I started doing sewing when I was in high school, just also as an elective. I just kind of took a sewing class. And then when I went into college to study theater, as part of the practicum, you have to learn how to do costume design. And I just thought it was so fun. Like maybe it was just my teacher or the class itself, but like we also got to play with watercolors and I made little like zombie dolls. I just like having something tangible as evidence that I created something. You know, theater is very ephemeral. It's completely fleeting, you know. So to have something that I can hold up and be like, I made this and now I'm wearing it and I can style it. People say, "Oh my God, that's so cute. Where'd you get that?" And I'm like, my hands. That's where I got it. Just kind of bragging rights. I don't know. It's fun. I'm really into clothes and fashion, so I like having stuff to show for it.
I mean, you're kind of. I'm getting like a little bit of like a Victorian vibe from what you're wearing right now. Do you have like a specific era that influences your fashion style, or is it just kind of like like a punk rock kind of goth
Honestly,
attitude that?
it just depends on the day. I don't always dress like this. Sometimes I'm in blue, sometimes I'm in yellow, sometimes I'm very girly, sometimes I'm more like androgynous and kind of masculine. It literally just depends on what I'm feeling that day. Today I wanted to wear this shirt, so I styled an outfit to match it.
No, it looks
I'm
great.
kind of the epitome of like get you a girl who can do both, but both applies to any style and any look because I fuck it up. I wear it all.
Yeah, I just wear t-shirts and gym shorts. So
T-shorts.
t-shirts.
Yeah.
So yeah, I listen. My brain processes a lot slower than my mouth, so the things that come out don't always follow the linear path that should be happening.
This is actually
But,
the
your
first
t-shirt
show
looks
that he
great.
hasn't drooled.
Yeah, this is the first show that I haven't actually accidentally just like hit myself in the face with this microphone yet. So
Yep, we still got 15 minutes. Hang in there.
yeah, we're still good. Oh, she's actually keeping track of time here. That's rough.
It's on the clock. It's on the thing.
Yeah, I don't look
Easy
at that.
math.
I can't read numbers.
Oh.
So we've talked about a little bit of your experience and like your seamstress and stuff like that. But just looking at everything as a whole, for like all of your inspiration, that do you have like an actor or actress or somebody that like you always kind of like look up to, that movies, stage acting, whatever it might be, just someone that you were like aspiring to get to their level at some point, or at least like somebody that inspired you, I guess is a better way to say that.
Bryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston, 100%.
That's fair. That's so fair.
Oh my God,
And
it would be my dream to work with him.
and honestly, that's not even an answer that I was expecting. I wasn't expecting a specific answer, but Bryan Cranston was not the top of
Bryan
what I was
Cranston,
expecting.
And then in terms of like where I'd want my career to go or kind of look like, Mia Goth.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you seen Pearl or any of her movies?
Yeah, I like the Maxine trilogy quite a bit.
Yes.
She was in Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet. I need to see it. I'm so excited.
Need to see it. It's yes.
Decent.
And she was in a cure. What was it called? A Cure for Wellness, I think, is what it was called.
That's the name of the movie.
It came out some years ago.
I just love her vibe. I love her vibe so much. Like her character in Pearl is like a direct parallel to my dream role in theater, which is a role in The Moors by Jen Silverman, the one I directed out in California. The character of Holdy and Pearl are like sisters, and I would die to do either of those roles. Oh my gosh.
You directed it. Why didn't you cast yourself?
Because that's thirsty.
I would do that.
He actually does do that.
Yes. Every movie I've ever been in, I definitely cast myself.
Here's the thing. With theater, if you're going to direct it and cast yourself, you got to really know what you're doing. And that was my first time directing. So there's just no way. And, it could have been a possibility if I had accepted to be an assistant director. And I could have done that, but I just decided, you know what? No, like, I trust that I can find someone who can do this part the way it's meant to be done. And I did. JC Schultz, shout out. I fucking love her. She killed it. She killed it. Everyone I cast in that play fucking killed it. I was so proud. I've seen that play done 2 other times in 2 different places, and they just missed the mark for me. It just didn't, like, parts of it were good, and one of them was just bad all around. And it was embarrassing for me because I was like, I know this play is fucking incredible. It's so hard to fuck it up because just what's written, regardless of who you cast in it, is so good, and it's like should really lay it out for you. But then I saw it and I was like, no, that's not how you do it. I just had to direct it. I just had to.
I think I would like a shot at playing the Mastiff in this play. I think I could pull that off.
The Mastiff?
The dog?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that being your typecast.
Yeah.
Can you give us a Mastiff bark for the audience of like 5 that we have?
I don't work for free, man. Like, you gotta.
Come on, I just licked my elbow on camera.
Yeah, she literally
you
licked
did,
her
you
elbow
did.
on here, and now we have to put her Cash App in
Bark
the
for us.
description for the video. Yeah, come on, Drew.
I don't know if that's a Mastiff.
Do you know what a
bark.
Mastiff? It's a Mastiff.
No,
Why do you keep
I
saying
can't even
Mastiff?
pronounce it. I don't know because I read it on my phone. Yeah, it's a big ass dog, right? It's not like a Chihuahua. Like,
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty good bark. It kind of just sounded like you got something stuck in your esophagus, though.
Well, that's method acting. I told you about my tea earlier. I knew it was coming.
Let's not attack Chihuahuas though here. Like,
I can do
your
a pretty
Chihuahua
good
is
Chihuahua
literally
bark.
the only one.
He's a demon.
We have to hear it now.
Yeah, that sounds like
it's pretty accurate, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
but so that kind of gets. I wanted to ask about the voice acting a little bit because that was not something I was actually familiar with. Like, what kind of voice acting stuff have you done?
I've done video games. I've done a novel. I did a radio play. So honestly, my voice acting is more spaced out. It's kind of few and far between. But I love voice acting. Like, it's just like all the benefits of acting, except I don't have to put makeup on. It's awesome.
You did voice acting for Neon Oblivion. It's a game, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet. I didn't.
Yeah, it was. Correct me if I'm wrong on my understanding of what the game is, but it was kind of like a futuristic cyberpunk, like adventure narrative game.
Yeah, kind of. It was made by other students in my college, so I don't honestly know if it ever got released to actually play or anything. But
I don't know if it got released, but it had a Reddit page because I remember following it like some years ago. I don't know if it came out on Steam or not, but I remember it was I remember when it was a thing.
Yes, well, I voiced the wizard, so
okay,
that's me.
I need to see if it was released now.
I dig voice acting a lot too. I've never done it outside of being goofy, just like ourselves. But like our films of Dice and Men, I play a character that essentially every line that I deliver in a different voice or cadence or whatever. And it's just because like I'm just like the goofy crazy guy, but that's something that I always enjoy. So talking to people who do it, it's always fun. I can't remember the name. There's this website specifically for getting jobs as a voice actor that I'm signed up for, but I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. What
voice
novel
acting
did you read?
1, 2, 3. It was called Oh God, you have my resume pulled up, don't you? You can remind me what it's called. This was like 6 years ago. Um, it was by Mika Manning. I remember that. Uh, oh my gosh, I'm blanking.
Hold on, I'm
Ooh,
looking.
as
It
soon
was
as you say
voice
it, I'm gonna be
acting,
like,
right?
oh right, yeah.
There was Curtain Call and Malpractice.
Malpractice. That's what it was. That's what it
Yeah,
was. I also don't know if that ever got
you
released.
were the narrator in Malpractice.
Yeah, so I just read the whole book.
How
That's awesome.
did
How
how'd
long
that
was the
gig
book? I'm
come?
sorry.
I was just asking how you got the gig.
That one was Mika Manning was a local person, and he emailed the music department at Bradley originally looking for a voice student to read for him. They forwarded that to the theater department, and with the description that he gave for the main character, my professor immediately thought of me and told him that I was perfect for it. So I got the job.
JC, did you
So
before
it
I
is
step on you again?
no. I was just gonna ask. So, as a novel, is there an actualized like audiobook of this, or was this specifically like just a voice novel play kind of thing?
It was intended to be an audiobook. I don't know if it ever got released though. Last time I heard was like a few years ago, and his wife, I ran into her and she was like, yeah, he kind of like put it to the side for a while and I don't
Hmm.
know what. So I feel like that's the case with a lot of locally made stuff. It's just sometimes it just never sees the light of
Sure.
day and it's a shame, but that's just how it be.
Is that like an aggravating thing to experience? Like that you put that like effort
Of
into
course.
it and
Of
that it
course.
just like it's gone? Or are you able to kind of
No, I
rationalize
got
it?
paid
Like
either
you
way.
No.
yeah, okay. I don't know.
I
The
mean,
Some
funny
it's
thing,
not up to me, whether or not it comes out. And so
yeah.
it's somebody else's project. If they decide for whatever reason that they don't want to put it out there, then, that's up to them. It doesn't really bother me.
yeah,
Yeah,
fair
the
enough.
funny thing is when I search for the Malpractice novel with Mika Manning, in there, I mean, Google gives that stupid AI thing that just gives me like medical malpractice books. But
Uh-huh.
your name, your IMDb is actually the first one, the first search result that pops up, and the rest of the results are not even related to any of it. So
So I
I
guess it
guess you
never
get the
came
win
out.
on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never came out, but you get the dub on that one.
Yeah.
I'll take a first search
Uh
result. I like it.
Yeah.
I've heard multiple variations on how well recording audiobook or whatever can be super cool, super fun. But I've also heard people say that it was like the worst experience of their lives and that they would never do it again. So, like, what was the
Why?
process of it? What? Oh, I guess specifically the most recent one that I heard was that they said that they were told specifically like don't eat in this window because then your stomach will make noise while we're recording. And so like they had to fast for it, and then their stomach was growling because they were hungry. So then they got yelled at by the director, and so it's like just audio stuff, I guess. It's uh, you know just like your body can ruin an entire recording. So
All
I've
right. Well, if
heard
someone's natural stomach noises ruin your whole recording, you just got to learn how to hit that noise reduction button in post. It's not that hard.
Yeah, maybe take some Tums or like something like that.
I
I
mean,
don't
your
know,
stomach
man.
just be
That's
making noises, like digestion noises. If anything, they should tell you, like, please eat beforehand so your tummy doesn't rumble. That makes more sense to me.
yeah. Well, so they ate the next day, and then their stomach was making noise because they ate, and so the story like was like a week of just torture on the voice actor who was doing it because of all of those reasons, and then they very specifically had like a a time frame that they wanted them to be asleep and awake, and it was very very specifically micromanaging every single thing that this person did to create a better recording experience. So that person had a very negative one, but in the conversation that was happening, it was counterpointed with like, oh, well, that's crazy because when I did it, it was like the easiest thing in the world. So like, what was that process like for you? It sounds like you were not told when you could eat and when you couldn't.
No, I mean, sometimes he fed me beforehand, and we just recorded it in his basement. Not to make it sound creepy, it was very professional. But no, I mean, it was great. I remember I had to re-record the first chapter like 3 different times, and the first time I recorded it, I listened back to it and I was like, I sound like a crackhead. I don't know why I'm reading so fast. I felt like if I stopped to take a breath, that he'd be like, pick up the pace and get on it. He never said that. I was just like imposing that onto myself for no reason. But then the second time, it was just like some audio issue that he had, and then finally I got to actually read it and get it right, and then finish the rest of the novel. I think you asked how long it was. It was, I mean, it was like a full-length novel, maybe like 300 pages or something like that. 350 pages. But no, it was a great experience. Yeah. I would love to do something like that again.
So I keep going back to your resume because you have interesting stuff on here. Like, can you tell us about the stage combat training?
Yes. So I did some stage combat training when I was in the production of She Kills Monsters, which I did in college. And I worked with a bow staff in that production. So I learned how to use that. And then I've also done some hand-to-hand combat training as well. Funny, when I was in Venus and Fur, there's 2 moments on stage where I slap him. And because it was such a small stage and the moment itself was so intimate, I was like, I'm not messing around with no bullshit fake slap. I'm slapping you for real. He was like, okay. And so there was a couple times when I slapped him and I could actually see he was starting to cry because I slapped him too hard, or I like missed and like hit his nose or like hit him in the jaw or something. I was like, I'm so sorry. Just deal with it. Like, get through it.
Yeah, nose shots are the worst.
Yeah, I really tried not to do that.
If you want
I think
tears,
I got him once
hit
or
somebody
twice.
in the nose. Yeah. And so the last thing from your resume, and this feels like a job interview. Like I'm like reading your resume and calling things out. But you have dialect training in Cockney. Can you demonstrate that Cockney accent for us?
So
like on the fly?
I took a dialect class in college, and Cockney was one of the accents that I learned. Then I utilized that when I was in a production of Peter and the Starcatcher, and I played Ted, the little fat boy. And so I had to make my voice really deep and say, I'm hungry. I would like some beans, please. Will there be food there? So obnoxious.
I absolutely hate Cockney accents, and you nailed it. So hated everything about it, but you got it.
Oh, thanks.
So we're kind of at the mark here, and we thank you for coming on and talking to us. We can be kind of awkward and a little like robotic sometimes with our answers, but I feel like we've had a natural conversation here and that. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to plug all your stuff. We do have your website and your Instagram here on the video, and we will have links in the video description. But anything that you want to talk about that we didn't cover, anything that you have coming up that would be interesting for anybody to know, please, this is your floor right now.
Yes. So you already have it written there, but my website is mia-katz.com, and my Instagram is @thebluecarebear. Honestly, my Instagram is like probably the best place to contact me if you're trying to reach out, or you can send me a message through my website. It'll go straight to my email. Or, I mean, you can add me on Facebook. I don't know if I'll add you back, but you can try. Maybe I will if we have a bunch of mutual friends or something. And in terms of things coming up, I am going to be directing locally here soon, starting November. And I had a callback for something yesterday, and I don't know if I got it until tomorrow. So I'm not going to promote that just yet, but I'll let you know if I get it.
Yeah, you'll have to update us. That way we can update the video description for the podcast.
Yes. If I don't get it, just know that I tried and I'm grateful for the experience. And if I do get it, then I'll let you know.
Awesome. So, yeah, thank you so much, Mia, as I pronounce it correctly,
Yes.
for coming on here. It's been an awesome talk, and obviously we appreciate your time and, the work that you do, and for putting your resume on your website so that I can easily access it and interview you like a potential candidate for a job. No,
Would you hire me?
it's been great. Depends on the job.
What? If it involved licking elbows, no. I'm in.
You had the job when you licked the elbow, so that was automatically in. Like, you're going to be the person at the front desk that just sits there. I can't do it, so I'm not going to try it again. No, but again, thank you so much, and everybody, please check out the website mia-katz.com, Insta at the Blue Care Bear, and we'll have all the other links down in the video here. And normally we would have an outro here, but I do not have the outro video ready to play because Drew, for some reason, refuses to send it to me so that I can upload it to this platform. So we'll pretend it's going to play.
I'll do it. Ready?
Yeah. Boom. She's got it. So we don't even need any more. Actually,
I'm going to isolate that, and that is our outro from now on.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're not going to pay you for it. So
that's okay. I never signed up to be an actor because I thought it would make me money.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, in that case, I have a script, and
do you work for pizza?
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding?
Drew?
I'm there.
That's the one thing I can do. I can pay in pizza.
I'll
send you some pizza vouchers for that isolation.
Bet.
No. We have an actual outro. It's just, this is a new platform. We don't have it. We're like kind of behind on putting stuff on there. But again, thank you so much, Mia, for coming on. Everybody check out her stuff, check out her website, and we look forward to hearing more from you, and maybe we'll have you on again in the future when some more stuff comes out that you're working on.
Yes, please. This was so much fun. Thank you for having me.
Wes, thank you so much. Drew, final words. You have any? No.
I'm over here trying to lick my elbow.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Well,
we're good.
Please don't do that. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I already did. Yeah. Everybody, take care. Mia, thank you again. Have a good one.
Thank you.